It's time for Math News Now. Here to bring you today's top story on transformations. He transforms into a good anchor each morning. It's Dan Anchorman.
Thanks, Mouse. Today you're going to learn about shape transformations. Let's go to Ralph R. Eddie Edwards for more.
You know how you act differently when you're around your friends than when you're around your parents or a teacher? You're still the same person, but you just change your behavior a little. That's sort of what we're talking about here. In math, a transformation is when you change a shape by using a rotation, reflection, or translation. A rotation is when a shape or object is turned. Notice this letter E begins with the blue colors on the top. When the figure is rotated 90 degrees, the blue is now on the side. You can also see the rotation when the two shapes are shown side by side. The first view is the original figure. The second view illustrates the object when rotated. A reflection is a mirror view of the object or a view of the object when it's flipped. When this shape is flipped horizontally, you'll see a mirror image of the letter. The first view is the original figure. The second view illustrates a reflection. There are two types of reflections. A horizontal reflection is reflected over the y-axis, or flipped sideways. A vertical reflection is reflected over the x-axis, or flipped up or down. A translation is when a shape or image is moved or slid without any rotation. When this shape slides to the right, you'll see the exact same shape but in a different position. Notice, the shape was not turned or flipped. When identifying the transformation of a shape, you need to remember the differences between a rotation, a reflection, and a translation. You also need to remember the difference between a horizontal reflection and a vertical reflection. So you see, it's the same shape, just with a slightly different attitude depending on the situation.
Eddie's got plenty of attitude to go around. So are you ready to move ahead, or would you like me to rewind that explanation so you can see it again? Let's go back to R. Eddie to explore these transforming shapes a little bit further.
Now, let's look at a problem where you need to identify the type of transformation. Which answer choice illustrates a translation of the object? Answer choice A shows the figure turned, so that's a rotation. Answer choice B shows the object in the exact same position, but moved. Notice the letters are exactly the same. This shows a translation. B is the answer. Let's continue looking at the choices just to make sure our answer is correct. Answer choice C may show the same shape and colors, but if you look carefully at the letters E and L, you'll see the object is flipped, or a mirror image is shown. That means it is a reflection. Answer choice D shows an image that was rotated 180 degrees, which is a rotation. Don't forget, a reflection is a mirror image and occurs when the shape is flipped. A rotation is when the shape is turned. A translation is when the shape moves or slides. If you were the shape, you would see a reflection of yourself in the mirror. When you lie down to go to bed, you've rotated yourself. And when you walk from one place to another, that's like a translation.
That helps out a lot. R. Eddie is pretty smart. Are you getting this? Are you ready to move on to some practice problems, or would you like to see that last part again first? Let's try some problems. Don't worry, I'll give you a hand. Which answer choice correctly shows a vertical reflection of the trapezoid shown below? D, A, B. Well done! Answer choice B shows a vertical reflection of the trapezoid. Let's look at the other types of transformation shown. Answer choice A shows a translation, or a horizontal reflection. Answer choice C shows a rotation. Answer choice D is not even the same shape. All right, let's keep going. Which answer choice correctly shows a rotation of the letter G? B, A, C. Yipper-do! Rotation means turning. Answer choice C correctly shows a rotation of the letter G. Answer choice A is a vertical reflection. Answer choice B is a translation. Answer choice D is a horizontal reflection. Let's check out another one. Which answer choice correctly shows a translation of the object shown below? C. A. C. Wonderful. The correct answer is C. To find the answer, you needed to look carefully at the individual colors as well as the shape. A translation is the same object moved to a different location. Answer choice A shows a reflection. Answer choices B and D show a rotation. Let's keep moving forward. I've got some more problems for you to tackle.
1.
Anita is trying to illustrate a horizontal reflection. Which answer choice should she place inside the box? A. Brilliant! The correct answer is A. A horizontal reflection is a reflection over the y-axis. You can also think of a horizontal reflection as the image being reflected sideways.
2.
Which answer choice correctly shows a rotation of the figure shown below? Yes, indeedy. The answer choice that correctly shows a rotation of the figure is C.
3.
Which answer choice correctly shows a vertical reflection of the figure shown below? A. B. Looks like you missed this one. B is not the correct answer because it shows a rotation of the object. Let's try the same question again. Which answer choice correctly shows a vertical reflection of the figure shown below? Not quite. Answer choice C is not the correct answer because it shows a horizontal reflection. A vertical reflection is reflected over the x-axis, or flipped up or down. Answer choice A is the correct answer because a vertical reflection is reflected over the x-axis, or flipped up or down. Let's go back to R80 to learn about translations on a coordinate grid.
This is math, so we need to learn how you're likely to see transformations in geometry, which means we're going to put them on a coordinate grid. You should remember from the lesson on coordinate graphing how to identify points on a grid. The first number identifies the point on the x-axis, and the second number identifies the y-axis. On a grid, a rotation is when each point of the figure will rotate about a fixed point. The red triangle is illustrating how a figure can be rotated from the point 0, 0. When rotating a figure from the point 0, 0, you can see the entire quadrant rotating. The blue triangle shows how a figure can be rotated from a point on the figure. This triangle is showing the rotation on the point 1, -2. In a reflection, the entire shape is flipped over a line to make a mirror image. The green triangle shown here is flipped over the y-axis, or reflected over the y-axis. The image could also be reflected over a line. For example, the red rectangle is reflected horizontally over the line shown. In a translation, each point of the figure will slide the same direction and the same distance. In this figure, each point of the triangle was moved down 1 space and to the right 6 spaces. In a rotation, each point of the figure will rotate about a fixed point. In a reflection, the entire shape is flipped over a line to make a mirror image. In a translation, each point of the figure will slide the same direction and the same distance. So now the transformations are specific to a point or a line on the grid. Now you can tell exactly how the figure is transforming.
This is getting better and better. Are you ready to keep going, or would you like me to back things up so you can see that last bit again first?